This is episode 3 of the 100 baby challenge, and we've got 2 babies, and Silas is currently expecting another. I know it's been a while, but I've been very busy and sick, so this is the first time I've actually been able to finish this video. So we're gonna jump back in. We're gonna have Silas do some planting. And after a while he did get stuck, so we did end up fixing that. As you can see here, we just expanded it and then moved the pots over just a little bit. Now we're just having Riley take care of some needs as he was a bit sleepy, and then we had Silas make some food as we were out again, and this is a common theme in this challenge. During making some food, Silas obviously passed out, and I got a call from one of the baby daddies and asking us to go to the bar. We said no, obviously. We did have him go right back to making the food as he needed to make it, and then we had to meet real quick. After eating, we did have him empty the trash as it was overflowing. And look at this, Benjamin got a milestone. The wrong one, but a milestone nonetheless. And then he got the lift head milestone immediately after. He's behaving. For now, we do have some problems with him later in this episode, and you will understand why. We went ahead and had Silas go to bed. He was exhausted. He was going to pass out again if we didn't. After a bit, we had him feed Benjamin as Benjamin was hungry, and we don't want to get a baby taken away or else we lose. And obviously, right after feeding him, Silas passes out again for the, second time this episode? But we did immediately have him go back to bed, and at this point everyone was sleeping, so we got to speed through just a little bit. And then we did some more editing to Riley's bedroom. Then we had Riley get up and get some food. He was a bit hungry, and then go potty, because I think, we were only at level 2 and he needs to be at 3. So we went ahead and had him work on that. We had Silas, once he got up, immediately come back out and work on this garden because it needed some tending to. We also did add some more garden pots just to plant some more things, and then we did change around the bathroom a little bit just to upgrade things, as we did have a little bit of money. And then we went right back to tending to the garden after letting Silas take care of a few of his needs. We did find some simoleons while doing that. We had him sit down and eat, though he didn't want to do that very well and ended up passing out while trying to give Benjamin a bath. We did eventually get him to put Benjamin down. We didn't want him to do this. So we had him feed Benjamin, and then this is just a common bug. Look at that. It's horrendous. So he's just kind of stuck. And right about here, we did have to turn on cheats, that way we could reset him. As you can see here, just to get Benjamin off of him. And then we went ahead and added a shower in. That way, it was easier for Silas to just take a shower instead of a bath, just to save on some time. We had him start taking care of his needs and then go back to bed because he was going to pass out again if we didn't. We did get quite a bit of money from our royalties and had Riley take care of his own needs and then start babbling as we wanted to get communication up as well. And we had Silas tend to the garden, then checked in on Riley and had him go potty again, as we're doing this pretty often. And then Benjamin got another milestone, the rollover to back milestone, which he got decently quickly compared to Riley. And then right after that, Riley got level 3 potty, which I was very we also went ahead and changed the layout of the greenhouse just a little bit as it was bugging me, that's all. And then had him tend to the garden some more, reaching level 6 in the gardening skill. So we kept having him tend to the plants, selling things and watering, and then taking care of his needs because we didn't need him to feed himself again. And then as he was eating a garden salad, he went into labor. So it's time to bring the baby 3 into this challenge. So for this one we had a boy, and I did just spin a random wheel of names and it landed on Clyde, and his style for like clothing and aesthetic and stuff ended up being techno, and I do struggle with this a little bit in the near future as he ages up until he gets to about teen, and then I'll probably have it a little bit easier. So we did do some editing just to move Clyde into a much better position, and then look at him. You see that? Yeah. See how he's getting a milestone but nothing pops up? Yes, it's a bug. He did indeed get a milestone. Oh, look, there's another one, but no pop-up. This is something that kind of happens, and I did ignore this for now. It just kind of happens in the game. I don't know why it does this. It really ticks me off. Then we got Riley to level 3 movement, and then had Silas cook some more. We did have him make the cake though this time because we were really Here's another milestone, and he did get the milestone this time. He got the rollover to tummy milestone. I was so grateful. And we had Riley blow out his candles because he did get movement, which was his last. And so he did get the animal enthusiast trait, which this has a problem and we'll cover it later. And immediately we went into Cass. So here we quickly edited him. We did try and closely follow Dark Academia. But again, there's not a lot of options for a kid in that kind of style, so I just went with the best that I could. It does express more. This is also what I interpret Dark Academia to be, just on what I've seen. And I think he looks pretty cute in his new outfit. And then we did demolish everything except his teddy, or his bear thing. I don't actually know what it's called. And then like edit his room, trying to keep with the Dark Academia style as well, which browns and woods and stuff is probably the best. So we had Silas taking care of the babies. And himself, because that's a constant problem, is taking care of himself. And then we moved the cake in the fridge, as always, because if not, it was definitely going to get used. after eating and cleaning up, we had Silas go back in and do some things. And then we got asked what our childhood was like. And obviously we chose child caregiver because what else would he have been? And then immediately got him back to harvesting plants and stuff, even though he was exhausted. And then we sold off all of those things for 870 simoleons. Look at Benjamin go. He got the creep milestone all on his own. We didn't even like hit the prompt to do tummy time. In fact, I think he was just sleeping a few minutes before this. So we were very grateful that he was just chugging through on his own. So then we had Riley take care of his needs as they were also kind of low. Silas take care of Benjamin. And then Riley got the social skill up to 2. Went ahead and worked on this quest just a little bit, and this wasn't too big of a thing. I just wanted to get this out of the way on my screen. So we had him take a picture of a stuffed animal. And then he obviously likes photography now because what else? And then we got a picture frame. We got 2, but I wasn't sure which one was best, so we got rid of the other one. And then we went ahead and sent him to the park on his own. And then we had him take a picture, and this was the best way I could find him posing with this. Literally the best. I could not find any other pose that made sense. So after we did that, we went ahead and sent him home. We started working on Benjamin and we had him do some tummy time. And then something happened. It really drove me insane. It was this. See, he is sitting up, but oh, again, no milestone. Yeah. When this happened, you can see that I did not put 2 and 2 together, that he didn't get the milestone. So we did have to piece things out. So we left it alone for a while because in between that first setup and the second setup was like a good... It took a little while. So we did have him wake up and do some more timing time, hoping that I could like force the milestone. It's not easy, guys, let me tell you. So we did have Riley clean up a mess that he had made and then help with the gardening, as he did have a be useful quest type thing, so we wanted him to do that. So once Benjamin woke up, we were right back onto tummy time. Spoiler, he didn't get it this time either. So we had Silas take a break and feed him as he was pretty hungry. Then we had Silas, again, make more food. It was garden salad, again. So we did have him working on some more time, and then we had Riley come and help clean up a little bit while Silas fed the baby, and Benjamin, again, did not get that milestone. And then, of course, Silas peed himself. So we did do some, like, looking around to see what the problem was with this setup milestone here. I still can't tell you. This just kind of happens sometimes, where they'll complete milestones and it just will not register in my game. So look, now we just found the, like, sit up button, and so, again, he got the milestone. But this time, it still didn't register. I don't know why. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts now, just recording the voiceover. And mind you, I filmed this episode over a month ago, and it is still driving me nuts. So at this point I did leave the game, as you can see here. This is the only way I can make it work. So we did come back and took 2 seconds to get him to do some tummy time after complaining about his tiredness because he was so tired. So while he did that, we did have a toilet leak, so we got that fixed and then had Riley mop. And we had everyone working on their needs, and here you can see he is literally creeping, and it's also almost his birthday. Same time, Riley was off for his first day of school, and at this point I kind of had made a rule that if they did not complete the requirements by their birthday, I lost. So I was freaking out, let me tell you. But eventually, after a long time, and I literally had him do almost nothing but work on tummy time. He didn't get it this time, so we gave him a minute to sleep and then had Silas go sell some stuff, getting a good chunk of money. And then harvesting some more and selling them. And then we had him taking care of Clyde. And while that was happening, he set up again. But you may be wondering, did the milestone register this time? Well, let's find out. And the answer is indeed yes, it actually worked, guys. I don't even know how many times he actually set up before this worked. So we immediately had Silas come and try his first food with him. And then this was the second thing he tried. And I do mean the second, before he got the pincer grass milestone, which means he could try his first finger foods. Look at him here. He's trying it. And he got the milestone, which means we could finally age him up on his birthday, and he didn't age up naturally because that will happen if it goes past his birthday. He will age up automatically. So we did help him blow out the candles, and y'all, I was so excited. I was so relieved that I was finally able to do this. So we had him blow out those candles, and he did get the independent trait. I was so glad for that, let me tell you. And Clyde aged up right after that, earning the wiggly trait, and we did do some more editing and expanded this room. That way we could make a room for Benjamin and still have it separate from his brother Briley. And so we kind of did our best. There's not a lot you can do to kind of, because he got an animal-like style, and that happened to be a falcon, and I am still struggling with this because he is not currently aged up to an adult yet, and I struggled for a while. We did eventually go into Cass and start editing him. I'm giving him more like bird-like clothing, trying to do as many semblance of birds as I could. Pretty much everything had to do with a bird or just seemed to match. Like this little outfit, it kind of reminded me of like wings or something, so I thought it was cute. And then this little fairy costume, adorable. I still love this decision, one of my best decisions I've ever made. And then we did end up working on Clyde. We didn't do a lot for Clyde. We just threw on an outfit and called it good because the infants don't really change much. So I just like threw on a quick suit, gave him a playmat. Yeah, it's a playmat, and called it good. And then poor little Benjamin is passing out. I felt so bad because I had just made him go potty too. Yeah, look at him. Look at this little baby. I felt bad. He did eventually get up, and since he had slept enough, I did make him go potty, so he didn't go in his diaper. Because I think going potty and thinking, those are the hardest skills. I struggle with those so much with the little tots, because potty typically has to be supervised, and it typically takes forever. And thinking, you can't even touch the blocks, which is the best way to get the thinking skill up, until you have gotten a thinking level 1, I believe, maybe 2. Clyde did get their reach milestone after playing with some toys, but this is where we are ending the episode. We've currently got 1 child, 1 toddler, 1 infant, so that brings our total to 3. Riley is a child with the Dark Academia style, Benjamin, a toddler with the animal/falcon, and then Clyde, being an infant, a techno style. So yeah, bye. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next week.